they have many friends that they can ask or they can get information from, while others are by themselves without any chance to ask information. So this was a real story where two applicants were at the different levels of preparation for the interview because of the difference of prior knowledge. So it was evident that there is an information gap among applicants of graduate school regarding information related to the graduate school admission. So to solve this problem, we thought these three tests are essential. First one is approved information about the admission procedure. And the second one is personal experience or personal reviews of the admission. And the last one is personal information such as their GPA or their major. So we thought about how could we collect this information and present in an effective manner so that these all information are organized well. So this was the idea we came up with. So there will be a page where users collaboratively structure the informative content. And for each item of the contents, like interview questions, users share personal experience or personal videos from each content like this. And lastly, we can also see the user's information like their university, major, or GPA. So we chose this approach because we can provide this objective information and personal experience at the same time, while the page by wiki can only contain objective information, and while the system like personal blogs can only share the personal experience or reviews, our approach can provide hybrid of these two systems in organized manner. So this is the overview of our website. The left part of our website has informative content where users collaboratively make. And for each content, like the bottom item, users can also share their personal experience or review on that item. And we can also see the personal information here. So now let's see the demo.
Before I start with our demo, I'd like to explain the two types of users that will be using our website. Firstly, there are the people that will be providing the information. These are people, applicants who have previously applied to graduate school, and so they have the experience to share. And we will call these people editors. And let's see how an editor would use our website. So first, they would click their major and sign up to our website. And as an editor, you would have to provide the personal information as well as, and you would also have to enter the semester that you graduated in. And once you sign in, this is the page that you can see. As you can see, there are already a lot of information that has been provided by other editors. And when you click on a specific topic, you can also see the answers and personal experiences shared by all these editors. You can also see on the left that some of the topics are in purple while the others are in black. The purple ones mean that they are only visible to editors yet. And when these topics being upvotes, enough upvotes, then as you can see, they turn black, and this means that they're now visible to everyone. If you want to add a new topic under a specific subject, you can just click add. And when you want to add answers or personal experiences to any of these topics, you can just add a new comment. And besides this, you can also see the information on other pages of different semesters. But because you're an editor for 19 Spring, while you can see the information, you can't add or edit any of the contents in that page. And finally, we also created a point system so that users, editors, can compete with each other to gain higher points, so that they're motivated to contribute. Now, the second type of users for our system are the visitors. That's what we call them. And these people haven't applied to graduate school yet, but they are interested in it. And so they would come to our website to gain such information. Let's see how a visitor would use our website. Again, they would sign up to the major that they are interested in. But as a visitor, there is a bit less information that you have to provide. Once they sign up and log in, this is the page they get to see. As you can see, it's similar to the editor's page, but you can see that there are no purple topics here. When they click on a specific topic, they can also see all the answers provided by other editors. And you can also see the personal information of each of the writers of the comments. You can also filter all these comments with these three categories. And if you want to reply to a specific comment to talk to the writer, then you can add a new reply. As a visitor, you can also check the web information on other pages as well. And you can also check answers provided by editors. It's the same. And I guess that's how a visitor would use our website. So the design of our system was motivated by a few problems that we talked about in class. We wanted to especially ensure the quality of the information provided by the people. And so first, we created a voting system for the topics, so that only topics that have been approved enough would be shown to everyone. We also created a reporting system so that any unrelated or unrelated information or trolling behavior could be prevented in the comments. You might be wondering, why would people be bothered to contribute to our website? Well, we thought that applicants who had just gone through the admission procedure, meaning people who have just finished their interviews, they'd be willing to share the information and talk about their experiences. So we thought that we would aim to advertise our website and spread our website right after the admission procedure has finished in that golden period of 1 or 2 weeks. We also, as you've seen before, we've created a point system so that people can compete and check how well they're doing or how much they're contributing to our system.
So after we implemented our website, we advertised it through Aura and Facebook. So we had total 71 users with 26 editors and 45 visitors. So before I show you the image of our result, I ask for your understanding that for better motivation, we deployed in Korean version. So this is our initial state of wiki page. And after gathering the editors, we have this beautiful wiki page with various topics added. This is a comments section. Then you can see lots of comments added by editors. You can also see the discussions between editor and visitors. And some images are in mosaic, so you can check more information through signing up our website. So after doing this user testing, we have 2 discussion points. First, GradBridge helps to bridge the information gap in graduate admission process, and there is a need for it. So we asked visitors to do some survey and ask if can this website help to solve the information gap in graduate admission process. And as you can see, many people said it was positive to this solution. Also, we asked that if did you find some new information through this website, and also many people said they found new information. So second point is that motivating people without monetary bonus is hard. Since we could not give any money or gift card to the users, we had trouble gathering people. So we had to ask individually to recruit more people. Also, we found that many people do not write as a starter, so which means they wait until other people write. So thanks to our one team member who is a real applicant, we could provide some initial information. We also asked to the editors that what was your motivation to provide information. As you can see, help others was the first place, then achievements, and then point systems. So analyzing the user task, we had 3 big problems. First, there was not enough motivation. To solve this problem, we can emphasize that the motivation is to help others. Also, we can make systems that can use points. And we expect that if there are more data, then there will be people will be more motivated. Second problem was user authentication. For our prototype, we had to check all the users' emails one by one, and if it's in KAIST. And we found that one of our CS professor actually signed up as an editor who is not an editor. So this shows our failure of user authentication. To solve this problem, we can get an admission ticket photo from the editor. Lastly, we felt that there needs some more interactions and information. To solve this problem, we can add Q&A board or admission or show the results of admission. If we solve this problem, we hope that we can improve our website. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
So looking at the contributions that are made by actual users, was there anything surprising about the type of information that they contribute or the behaviors that they show on the website?
There wasn't anything surprising, but we learned that people aren't actually very active. So while they added a lot of comments, most people didn't vote or add new topics, which made it hard to gather information.
Yeah, but users were more active in writing comments already existing.
Okay, let's thank the team. Sir, before we move on, can we turn down the heating? I think it's pretty warm. Can we just turn it off maybe?
In Korea.
So we're team Las Plumas. We're presenting our solution Cactus. I think all of you have had this kind of problem in some kind of degree, that you maybe want to learn a small thing, or just in general in your studies, you find it hard to be motivated in your daily life. So we came up with a few things to support this problem. First, you should be able to make some plans and see plans of other similar learners as you. You should be able to communicate with these learners and learn from them. You should be able to give feedback and encourage each other. And you should be able to track your progress and see other users' progress. And this will...
So here comes our solution, the Cactus app, where allow the user to create their study goal and detailed plans. And what makes the Cactus apps different from existing study organized system is that you can share your plans and your progress with the others. So to motivate the user, not only using the social comparison, the social interaction, the social feedback, we also have implement a gamification feature inside our app. And besides all this, we have a basic implementation of quality control of the user's post. Now I would like to walk through our app to show you more detail. So first of all, sign up. And if you don't have the accounts yet, you can go through the sample sign up process to get the account, and you can select your account profile, and all the settings you can change this later if you want. Once you log in, you can find that the Cactus apps contain 3 sections: profile section, feed section, and the Cactus section. So in the profile sections, you can create a new goal. So each user allowed to have several different goals. For example, like learning Korean, learning English, learning Chinese. And each goal can have several different detailed tasks. Besides, in the profile sections, you can also check out the notifications where show who has liked or comment on your post. We already learned that the social comparison and feedback has the potential to motivate the user. So we designed the feed sections where the user can see each other's goals and achievements. For example, in this screenshot, we can show that someone has just created a new task, and someone has just create a new goal, a new plan, and someone has just completed a detailed task of one of his goals. If the user see other people just completing a task or just progressing, he or she probably want to do the same thing, and we think that user might get inspiration from the other people's tasks to plan their next step, what they're going to do next. So we also have extend the social interaction not only by liking but also by commenting. So we allow users to comment on each other's post. And talking about quality control to each post, there's a button right next to it. If you find the user's post is negative or offensive, so you can report this post by clicking on the button, and then this post will go to a specific database, so the developer can see which posts have been reported by the other user, and we can decide. So right
post or block this user. The last section is the Cactus garden, where you grow your cactus. In the beginning, you just have the baby cactus, but if you complete 5 tasks, it will grow like this. And if you gather 50 completed tasks, it will grow again. And you can use our app to find out what it grows later. And there's a description part below where show the details, the name of all your goals, and the number of how many goals you have, how many tasks you have, and how many tasks you already completed. And as a new app, we would like to have more users' feedback to see how well or how bad our app goes. So we have a page inside our app allows users to give us some feedback and suggestions.
So we actually advertise our app on our social media accounts as well as the CrowdVerse and KAISTians, and in total we managed to get 9 Cactus users. So we have started our deployment from the last Tuesday and collected data on the 2nd of December. Over 1 week, our users set 18 goals in total and 61 tasks. So what learning goals did Cactus users set? As you can see, like most of them are related to language learning, but we do have some irrelevant goals such as workout, home, rest, and we think that we should have, of course, more restriction on user input to make our app consistent. Next, what are the usage patterns of Cactus users? As you see, the most visited screen is profile screen, and the second most visited screen is the feed. What we have learned that our users did have interest in each other's goals, so they have visited feed regularly. And how well Cactus users encourage each other. Initially, we thought that tapping a like button is very pointless task for a user, but that will be an additional source of motivation for a task author. But as you can see, most of the posts have 0 likes. So why is it so? We thought that one of the reasons can be that we're more likely to encourage our friends rather than strangers in the app. And also we did have the usability issue, which probably made it hard to like or comment on the post. In the feed, and we did have received feedback from TA, but because of lack of time, it was hard to redesign this section. And we deployed it as it is. Next, how fast Cactus users complete their tasks. And as you see, like most of the tasks are completed within less than 1 hour. Actually, some of them were completed within less than 1 minute. Why is it so? Because most of our users were one-time visitors and they just added new tasks and then immediately marked them as completed. So what we have learned is that we can really get insight from analyzing the data from one-time visitors, and we should have think more and plan better on how to retain our users for a longer time. But thankfully, the activity data is not the only one source for insights, and we have conducted interviews with our users. So what our users like the most about our app? So almost everyone said the Cactus is very good and the UI is simple. Some of them commented that they really like the idea of sharing the goals, and it did kept them motivated to complete their tasks because they know that their tasks are actually visible to others. What they didn't like, on the contrary, some users said that they actually wanted to hide some of their goals, and rather than feeling motivated, they feel pressure because their goals and tasks are visible to others. And also some comments about the usability of each section. So overall, in general, we did receive positive feedback on our goal sharing feature, and probably with some modifications like redesigning feed section and giving a right to user to hide some of their goals, we do see some potential that our design can motivate users to reach their goals.
So limitation, time was the main limitation for our project. It didn't let us to incorporate all the features we wanted. For example, we wanted to make friends list, we wanted to make chat room, and we wanted to make another Cactus that grows with social interaction. Also, we had some bugs that we couldn't fit all, and we have a small amount of test users because of that. Also, the gamification could not be further developed. As I mentioned, we wanted to include another Cactus that grows with the amount of interaction you have with other people. The time limitation could explain why the social interaction was so short, because we didn't engage the people more in the social aspect. They just used it for goal and tasks and didn't feel the need to socialize. Another limitation for the lack of incentive by Cactus, Stripe Cactus, that's why we didn't give like money or incentive. So we had a small amount of users. Also, the users we have were friends, so they used our app to just to use it because we are friends, and I will use it. I will just create that to give off data, and that's why we may have biased results, like we guys explained earlier. For possible improvement, the user gave us some suggestions. So for possible improvement, we further developed the motivational feature in both social and gamification aspect. Also, more extensive user study for deeper analysis in no time, and limited option for goals because some people were putting relevant goals, so we may use.
Question about the task is usually like typed in. It can be like really simple one, like solving like one like exercise problem, or it can be like really huge goal, like studying one chapter. Do you like find any?
It's up to the individual user to like set the size of the goal.
But we want to encourage that the task should be achieved in short period of time. So it's not like task bring up whole book of 2,000 pages. No? Something achievable.
So as I said, while doing the Q&A, the next team should actually put the slides up, right? Not wait until the previous team is over.
By doing that way, you can also have them not to feel too shy when asking
like our main screen. So basically, the number inside the server is the total like amount of money that people owe you now. Here we have like 3 buttons for the menu, notification, and create an event. When you click on the 3 buttons, you will see that it is the menu button. The menu. Here is the notification, and also here is to create an event. So now to create a new event, after you click on the create button event, you will see that you have to fill in some information. You need to fill out the event name, the total amount that you have paid, the type of the activity, and then you can the participant by touching the avatars below. Next, you can check about the list of events that you have participated in. Here's the list of events. When you click on each event, you can see who is the host and the participant for each event. Next, we support about the list of debts that you can check about who owe you money or who you owe the others money. Here's the basic list of debt. For example, you can see that the green one is that the others user owe you money, and the red one is you owe the others money. When you click on each event, you can remind the users or make payment to the others. Now is the payment history, list of users and user profile. For payment history, you can see that you already paid someone or someone has paid you. Then here is the list of users. Basically, these are all the users we have support now. When you touch to the avatar, you can see their profile. Here you can see that by the total and the number of transactions that actually the users have done. And then you can decide to trust the users in the future or not. Now in our results and discussion. So basically we have tested our application with 4 users, and they give us some feedback. First of all, our apps feel a little bit confused to almost everyone of us, since we don't have the basic explanation or instruction to the new user. Next one is the user said that all users were surprised that they are automatically included in the event, because here we create an event, but I think we should support that the users should accept that they have participated in that event or not. Besides that, we only support the task that that the users share the same amount of money. However, in real life, we know that we not always share the same amount of money, so we need to support in the case that we didn't, that all the users didn't share the same amount of money for the activity. We also face some UI problems. For example, scrolling or notifications. The app is beside that also users say that the app is quite convenient and all users can contact, it can interact with each other. They say that the application's calculation is precise and is does good work for keep track the debts. They say that if we can make improvement for our application, then we will use it in the future. User also can report payment without actually making a payment. It is our restriction now, limitation now, because it's just a prototype, so we didn't make it as a real application.
So next about the discussion. So we have some lessons from the result. That is, deployment is really hard. in our application, we actually did not implement the database, so user cannot really use the app for long term, but like they can only test the app only. So that is something that we have not implemented. And the application is only used in specific occasions, only when there are events. So normally, like user would not approach the app. And the application is not fun, so it is hard to attract users. And about the discussion, when during our prototype, we had some assumptions about, for example, the integrity of the user's action. We believe that user will like continuously create events and reporting payments. There's no confirmation process in there. And we also like do not check for validity of input. So for example, in number input field, we expected that user would input a valid number. So about some limitation, like one major limit of our application is that we do not implement the database. So user cannot really use the application like to interact with each other. Like really, they can only test it. And another one is we bet user can game the system by entering like invalid values or creating events with only one member to fetch the stats. So for the improvement, we can improve the app by building a proof database that the app can interact with, and then we can restrict some malicious actions that users can perform. So this is the end of our presentation. Thank you guys for the attention.
Is there any motivation factors that make users actually give the money to others? Notifications?
Some of the users said to us that like it is very convenient in like managing the like total number of list of debts because they do not like keep track of that. So it kind of like saves that problem.
Okay, let's thank the presenters.
Hi guys, we're our team's friends and our project is called FresherTalk. So our problem was that how can we help KAIST international students with questions that need immediate answers, like this case that we presented in our story course. So there are some existing solutions like ARA, but ARA doesn't support English. And then there's ISSS, but it's a official KAIST department and they only service in working hours only. They also can answer only a limited scope of questions. And then people can also ask questions on KakaoTalk and other messengers, but they're also used for many other methods, so the usage is too broad. So our proposed solution is a Q&A platform to ask, answer, and notify people of specific and urgent questions about KAIST. So the task we're trying to support here is that basically, first we're going to allow people to ask and answer questions related to KAIST Life, and we're going to allow them to categorize questions so they can find out past questions and get information from it. And finally, most importantly, we're trying to notify other students who can answer questions so they can answer very quickly.
Now we will go through the interface and the main features of our design. This is the main page. This is the login page. User has to log in, or if you don't have any account, you can have sign up. And after you log in, this is the home page. This has two parts mainly. In the left part, the categories, we define it. And in the right part, we have the latest post of the subscribe category of these users. And if you click on a category, this is the category page. Here you can search on this category for a specific post. And you can also ask a question as an urgent post. And in the bottom part, there is the previous post of this category. And if you
they are interested in. And from our perspective, we use it to send emails to the users for the urgent post of this category. And next, as it's a QA site, so we have some more features like question and answer. So I want to talk about key features like the subscription, as I previously said. This is mainly for the users to give their reference, and for our perspective, it's for the mainly for the notification. And the other thing is voting. It's we use it mainly for the quality control, like the users can give trolling post or something, so you can upload other answers, and the most uploaded answer will be shown earlier. And to motivate users, we actually give some tests so that they can motivate it. And for the notification, if an user posts an urgent post, we send email notification other users so they can get a response fast. And to decide who to send the email, we use three features mainly. First, from the it should be from the subscribed users, because subscribed users are already interested in this category. And next, we see the number of answers, so it's an indication of their activeness in the site. And after that, we decide on the number of upvotes of the users get. So it's kind of quality answers that the user already given. So it's like the main features of our system.
Now I'm going to talk about our deployment. We advertise our platform on the Facebook, Cactus, and the Messenger group of KAIST community. Sadly, we didn't get many users. And what we get is one test user asked an urgent question and two have filled our feedback survey. And now we want to analyze why we didn't get many users. First one, maybe our advertising way is not very appropriate. Maybe we can ask ISSS to help to send the emails to reach the whole KAIST international community, because the way we did is very limited. And also maybe we don't give very simple and easy instructions to use the platform, because we give the Google Doc for the introduction of our site's features, and so maybe it's kind of verbal. So maybe it's not simple enough to use the platform. And third one is motivation of the users. We find out after we advertise our post, there's still other ask questions in the Kakao group and Messenger group. So, but even though we only get one user ask urgent question, it goes very well because I answer this urgent question and I get the real-time notification. And user also fill our survey say that he gets immediate answer and it's efficient enough to solve the problem. And also we ask our purpose and motivation of creating such platform for KAIST community is necessary or not, and they are all agreed. And also we are worried about the notification by email is annoying or not, and the users are saying it's not annoying. And our personal movements could be that now we didn't implement the delete and updating our posts, and maybe add some replying and commenting answers will create interactive of the platform. And third one is go from our feedback, users' feedback that user can also subscribe to question, like if the urgent question gets immediate answer, he will also be notified. Thank you.
So there's only output in the
Let's participate, others.
Okay, let me start our presentation. You're a troubleshooter. Let's suppose that you want to pizza this evening. You have two options. One is cheese pizza, which is your favorite, and another one is pepperoni pizza, which is the new menu of the restaurant. So you don't have enough information about pepperoni pizza, and you are not good at making decisions. But you have to choose. You have to choose because you are hungry. What can you do? Maybe you would like to ask someone which one is better. Maybe you can call your friend and ask them which one is better. But what if your friend is too busy, so he cannot answer your phone? So like this, we have to make so many decisions in our life, and sometimes we need advices from others. Rather than serious problems, our system is focusing on the light problems, which need others' opinions, and like the pizza example. And we will call them troubles. So TroubleShooter means that it deals with the problems that need a lot of responses and hopefully in short time. So the main task we want to suppose is that share the problem to others. What kind of selections are existing, or why I am hesitating to make a decision, and then listen how other people think about the problem. Also, this process needs to be done in short time. Through this process, we expect that people with troubles can see lots of various opinions of others and help themselves make their own decisions. Our solution is to help users make decisions by providing a lot of other people's feedback on these two options that the user is concerned about. So compared to other existing problems like Stack Overflow and neighbor decision, our system has simpler UI. Users can vote for one item, like by just simply touching the image and moving and then move on to the next trouble by the simple swiping. It can induce more participation than other systems, which requires more complex steps to make a response. Also, it shows voting result here, so that users can see how it goes in real time. Also, anonymity can make it easier to share some personal problems, being more participation. So, to introduce our interface and show how to use it, we made a simple video.
This is our application TroubleShooter. In the main page, you can see other users' troubles. Let's participate others' troubles. This user is having trouble about what to eat this evening, chicken or pizza. You can vote one by tapping on an image. Do you want to express your opinions? You can leave comments about your choice and persuade user. Then, let's upload your own trouble. Click at trouble and fill out the page with your trouble. Can you see the voting bar changing? We can see how the voting results being updated in real time. And of course, you can see the real-time comments too. I hope you enjoy our troubleshooting.
Our development went on like this. For our application, feeling that the other users are using the app at the same time is very important. For this reason, we consider the real-time interaction as the most important thing when we develop. So we recruited the users and let them use our app at the same time in group. In total, 20
engaged in our user test, and 18 out of them were our target users. We programmed our user test in 2 steps. First, explore our app freely. Second, post your trouble and observe other comments and voting results. Now let's figure out if this good. First, I want to see if the TroubleShooter solved the problem. When I asked this to users, 79% of them said yes. And then we asked to the 79 of them, what has helped them to solve the problem most? They answered 3 things. The troubles that were similar to theirs, and the voting result, and some convincing comments. We thought that comments and voting results would affect them the most, but unexpectedly, the similar troubles was the first. Now, let's see if it motivated the participation well. When we asked them how many troubles they participated on, they answered like this. As you can see, 89% of them participated at least once. Now we ask the 89%, what motivated you the most? One of the answers were real-time voting bot. Also, they mentioned that they want to express their opinion. By the test, we found out several interesting things. First, the users might not use it as the way we intended. When we asked the users, for which purpose would you use when we launch our TroubleShooter, some of them said that they would use it for killing time. So we expected they might use it for resolving their troubles or intervening to our others. There were also some limitations. One of them was that the learnability of UI is low. Second limitation appears when the user group gets larger. They might see the troubles that they are not interested in. For the learnability, you can make a tutorial for new users. For the scalability problem, we can categorize the problems by hashtag so that they can find what they are interested in. This way, I think we can improve our troubleshooting.
Is there any question about troubleshooting?
Can you give some examples of troubles that people share on your site?
They have to go to the like they have to go to graduate school or just find a job. And sometimes I have to buy this headset or that headset. I will link the file and then write it to the page that you. And it,
I hope user can see the result of the writer's behavior after voting. I mean, if I am a user and vote, then I want
implement the system that we can see the troubles that we participate, but we fail. But we can implement it in future.
What's usually the response time of the first response?
Well, as we explained at the deployment part, our system should guarantee some number of users. So we just do the user task when we gather 2 to 4 people, and they do
So there's no limits then because everyone is listening.
yeah.
Right?
Hi, we are Team ESC. We will introduce our service EVENTENCES. We usually get information about school events by email or poster. But is the information flowed by email or poster really something we want to know? Or is it enough information for the participants? We interviewed and questioned how users interact with events on Pitchboom. The interviewee replied to the question about that existing method of event announcement do not show the information that participants really want. Another interviewee replied to the question about that sometimes given the information alone, I cannot figure out whether the event is right for me. In addition, we have found through surveys that the correct solution of notification does not lead to active participation of the event. We want to solve this problem. So we have presented the solution to this problem through the event service. We have listed some tasks for successful service. First, the introduction to the events should reflect what user wants. The information we want to know is often simple and intuitive. Sometimes you just want to find out if they offer dinner or offer products. We want to catch and emphasize these factors that are not well represented in formal format and provide them to the user. Second one, it should be possible to judge whether I can participate or not. The information that people with the same career as you're interested in is very important to you. This alone can lead to participation. Therefore, we must provide an indicator for this. And last one, it should provide a process that is circulated for the continuation of the service. In order for a service to become a long-lasting service, the user must become a provider, and provider must be a user. We want to solve this challenge by checking the whole process. Then, how can we propose this test? This is an event notification that we usually receive via mail. It will certainly contain the information we need, but we cannot catch it intuitively. The way we provide will skip the tedious process and ask questions that really intuitively motivate people to participate. And the first one, make your sentence. You can give your sentence more enriching by suggesting the information you know about the event or the information you want to know in form of game to make a sentence. The second is give your sentence. EVENTENCES will randomly ask questions about whether it is appropriate for you or is necessary. Through this, we are intuitively designed to feel the motivation to participate in the event. The third one is word cloud. The keyword cloud images gathered for the events are shown in the image, so you can see the information about the events at a glance. And next one is like. You can like your favorite event, which will let you know what kind of people are participating in this event. And last one is reward. We decided to show the random cute cat photo as a reward to motivate you to enter keywords.
So, when you enter the site, you will see the following screen. Pressing this button on the screen will take you to the login screen. If you already have an account, you can log in. Otherwise, click this button to register. Sign up page collects the basic information to provide the various service or event recommendation. This screen is the main screen of our site. The like button on the main screen shows how many people and which people interested in the event. If you want to add an event, press this button. Write down the basic information about event and press this button to add an event. Pressing this button to change the recommendation sentence like this. If you're interested in the event, click this button. You can see the keyword typed by other people in word cloud form. Press this button if you have the keyword to enter the keyword. When you enter the keyword on the screen and press the button, the keyword will be visible to others. You can also see the cute cat pictures. Before we deploy this site, we have set up the basic configuration so that users can experience it smoothly. Here are our preferences. We collect the street events through the poster, ARA, and portal announcement. And we register the event on our site and enter 2 keywords for each event. Therefore, even the first incoming user could get information about the event. After that, using the KakaoTalk group message, we only promote the site to KAIST people. The reason for this distribution is that by using our site for people we already know, we can prevent extreme situations such as delivery, trolling. As a leader, as a leader, we could not find any serious trolling, but this method limited the situations we could face. Therefore, it would be difficult to obtain more diverse leisure.
Okay, thank you everyone. And let's see the user's observation and conclusion review. Our service was open for 6 days and 42 users surveyed. 25 users of them contributed and they make a total of 140%. According to the survey, their interest in events increased, like this chart. And these are the most helpful functions users say. And there are users' opinion on the recommendation through the question. Intuitive information, attracting attention, and making them to know events. And these are opinion on keyword input. There were 2 types of users. These are some of opinion about why you contribute or not. There's an opinion on word cloud and like system. Most of the opinion says like and word cloud is good for knowing an event. However, there are also another opinion like this. And in conclusion, we were able to see that our service almost solved our problem. People had fun at completing the sentence and 140% is completed. Recommendation based on this sentence and like system make people more interested in the KAIST event. But still, we need discussion for improvement. Users say they were interested in the event of first screen more than others. And actually, there were more interaction. So we think we need a hashtag or category system. Then we can reduce scrolling for finding good events and restoring the unfair contribution of the event. And we need quality control for keyword. So we should make peer evaluation about keyword and provide good rewards such as badge or ranking system. And how can you read more contribution? there was some opinion that unintuitive usage lead to poor participation and contribution. So we already have a how to use button, but it also hard to some users. So we should show a navigation at first time. And finally, these are our limitations. Sorry. And finally, these are our limitations during the project. First, technical limitation. When creating word cloud, connecting words with similar meanings, and when user enter a keyword, showing the suggested keyword based on the already entered. And there are more limitations. I think we try to do best, and I want to say thank you, every users. Thank you for listening. Do you have a question?
Maybe I missed this, but for your users, how did they feel about filling in the sentence form, as opposed to maybe just doing it free form? Did they comment on that experience? Did they enjoy filling in the blanks?
They fill in the blanks based on their participate experience, but there are also many people who even they cannot participate, but they enter the keyword just for fun.
Okay, let's thank the speakers.
Application. Alright, we're a team Board consisting of Boon, Hui, Fon, and me. And we're very happy to present today our final presentation. First of all, we have a brief recap of and the motivation of our group work. So we thought approaching, talking to strangers, or maintaining also social context can cause fear, discomfort, or pressure. Basically negative emotions or thoughts. To overcome these thoughts, we created a web application where users can anonymously write on other user boards supported by Gamification Plus. If you question yourself what Gamification Plus is, it's an invention our group made based on the principle of gamification we will talk about later. So first of all, the tasks and our current implementation of the web application. Currently, users are able to search and join groups, to find other users and approach them. It's also possible to post and reply on other user boards. And also the whole application is connected to a database, so the data is stored and user can use the application over a longer time span. Now, one major principle our application uses to overcome the issues mentioned before is anonymity. But we realized, and we also learned from the lecture, that anonymity can create problems with trolls or encourage hostile behavior. To overcome or to solve these problems, we are using Gamification Plus. So in comparison to gamification, what we already learned, which simply encourages participation, we do, so Gamification Plus, it's not only a sidekick, but on top of it, it's actively alternating, interfering the user experience by creating new opportunities or creating limitations to the users. So in this case, we are using game mechanics to break our major principle of our application, namely the anonymity. We are orienting by adventure game mechanics, so we are collecting items, we are equipping the items to increase our stats, and also we are able to fight over the anonymity. So let me explain this briefly by an example. Here we can see a post on a user board, which was created by an anonymous user, so we are a different user than this creation. And this is the message, and here, I don't know if the contrast is high enough, but here it's possible to fight over the creator's name. So we are entering the battle mode. We are equipped by the cursed magic wand with attack stats of plus 30. We obtain this value when fulfilling different tasks or gaining more levels. In this case, the other user, the creator, the anonymous one, is equipped with a Dragon Lord plate mail with a defense stat of 20. And in this battle mode, we are simply comparing the total amount of attack stats and defense stats. And when we win, in this case, we won, we get the clear name of the creator here. So this, we know who made this. This is only possible when we are entering the battle mode. We will talk about this a little bit later. So we are very interested what you think about this solution, and we will continue the presentation.
Okay, now I will walk you through our demo and show you how all these things that Peter was talking about works in reality. So first thing that user will see when entering the website is this landing page with some short brief introduction to what you can actually do with Underboard. And as said before, it's interaction with other users, collecting some new equipment, and then using it to battle with others. Now I will show you some functionality that we implemented, and I'll start with joining the group, which is essential for us. And as a new user, you definitely have to go to the group and join to some group. In this case, CS473. So we pick it up. Now we confirm this form, and after that, the group will show up on the sidebar, and you can enter it to see people in the group. Usually, you should be somehow related or be part of that group. Now, then, when we have an access to others' board, we can create posts. We can do it also on our own board, and this is how it looks like. So now I visited someone's board, and I put a message on it, and then I post it. It's really simple. When there are some posts already, we can also reply to them. That's pretty self-explanatory, and it simply works that we can choose some post that we want to comment on and leave our comment there. So submit it and it's done. Yeah, so. Then a really important part of our application is also the inventory. That's when you're progressing with your levels. After doing enough of posting or replying, you will get enough experience to get a new level, and with the new level you will also be rewarded with the new equipment, which can be a weapon or armor or a trophy. So here at this page you can choose which trophy you want to show or which weapon or armor you want to use. And all of that leads to the battle mode. And as Peter already described before, you can use battle modes to reveal the identity of someone who posted something on another board. Now let's talk about some collated data and how were the results of our deployment. We invited 20 users. Most of them were like our friends to try our application, and during the 3 days they created 83 posts, which is something around 4 to 5 posts per person with 20% replies rate. And we also asked them to score our application to evaluate how they are satisfied with it, and we got 7 points from 10 for functionality and 9.6 for UI. I would just want to mention that these results really correlate with the fact that most of those users are not like really in some kind of a group, which is really important, and there is no relationship or context to the interaction. So if there would be some part of some class, for example, then maybe these numbers would be higher. And now we will discuss these implications.
So now we have already done a talk about quantitative data. Now I'm going to talk about qualitative data. So we directly ask each users what they like and the score and what they don't like. So first, the things they like mostly. Yeah. So first, all of them say the same thing, that the platform really look nice, and that's thanks to phone. And we also have the weapons and the gamification that we just add later after the hype. And that's also like a lot of people mention it, and yeah, that's fun for them. And this, we are really glad that some of them mentioned this, that they saw our idea that it breaks the anonymity with our attack, and that's that's what, oh, we're so glad with this. And okay, so there's also something they don't like, which is this Pac-Man. It became annoying instead because it takes too long time. And there's also the rumors and trolling, because if you are owner of some boss and someone comes to you and say some wrong things, and a lot of things that some other people who doesn't know you might get some wrong facts, and that's very serious problem. And some of my friends ask me, is this for flirting your friends? But yeah, some of them doesn't know that clear that what is the purpose of this application at first glance. So yeah, so we provide a solution that I will discuss later. That yeah, we because of limitations like time and system quality that Pac-Man and the user study that we are not doing the Google Docs and the graph stuff because it takes too longer time for the user. But if we spend our own time for them, it won't benefit them instead of us. So that's why we doing like that. And the implication, what does this application imply? So first of all, it's very sensitive, right? Someone can criticize you something about anything, and yeah, the trolling stuff will happen. And also the link to anonymous that you can see, actually we can just click it and go to that person boss, and you can talk anything. So it's easier. I mean, this one is like imply and help you to interact with each other, which is correct in the social community concept. And these most important things to improvement. So first of all, we will add more instruction in the application because that's what the user said. And delete and report will help us with the trolling stuff. And the limitation of all users. This is what we got, but from the comments from the users that they say that what if we have very old users and high level with the new one, they might like attack like a lot, so we will give some penalty. And we also make an achievement. Okay, we can fight a boss and the story things that we will provide later. Yeah, so that's our goal. Thank you for listening.
How did you come up with the idea of gamification plus?
I think it also evolved a bit. We started with gamification and realized that it could be a quite nice concept to interfere in the anonymity and to overcome the problems you mentioned.
So this is kind of like experimented, as you said, because in the beginning is like we so like AskFM, they don't have anonymity at all, but this one we can break, and yeah, it's kind of experimental application that we provide some way for user to see who is it. Any more questions?
Probably maybe further research on this could be also how often the anonymity should be broken and what's the balance. How is it the best, or what's the best user experience on this one?
Thank you.
So, hello everyone. We are Team XCollab, and if you want to check our prototype, you can go to this link. So, have you ever had a problem that you got stuck studying for an exam because it was like really hard? Or maybe you found exercises to practice, but you couldn't find solutions, so you couldn't actually confirm if you were correct. Or you just found yourself like alone or lost, and you didn't have anyone to ask for help. Or like after studying, you actually wanted to go deeper into a topic, but you didn't have anyone to do that with you. So to actually solve these problems, we introduced XCollab, which is an online platform where users can find exercises and discuss about them. The users, they can also share their own knowledge and get help from other users to solve other exercises. So our platform has like 5 main features. The first one is the anonymity that the users, they get random usernames so they don't feel shy about asking questions. There is a solution marking feature that comments in the discussions can be marked as solutions. So, and these comments marked as solutions are at first hidden. So users that are not looking only for solutions, they can choose whether to see it or not.
We also have a summarization, which allows long discussions to be made shorter and more readable and easier to understand. And we also let users learn by teaching other users. We also have a point system in which unlocking discussions actually costs money and creating new ones earn you money. And that is to make users create new discussions, to create more richful discussions, and also to not just let them jump right into the discussion without actually trying to solve the exercise. We also have a mastery system to add a trust measure to the users and to also motivate them to come back to the platform.
Okay, now I'm going to give a quick walkthrough of the system. So this is XCollab. When the users sign up with their Google accounts, they will just get a random fruity username. So in this case, we got the orange melon, and we have 4 coins to start with. So we actually have an exam coming up in technology management, and the technology management exercise actually has a lot of active users currently. So we might as well check it out. So we click on it, and we look at the exercise and see that we actually need to spend some coins to open the to see the discussions. But to nudge the users to really try the exercise on their own. But since we are presenting, let's have a quick look what we have. We have a lot of discussions already, and the first one has been the one that has the most upvotes. We can just unlock it and try to write something. So now we have 2 coins left. So if we post some comment, we will get a coin back. I'm an Apple fanboy, so I will just write some stupid post. But the system will actually not allow me because XCollab doesn't want stupid posts, but it wants constructive discussion. So we can just review that comment and type something nice. Okay, so this looks much better now. And we actually got 1 mastery point for this category of exercises. Now I see that the first comment has been actually written by a user that has a lot of mastery in this topic. We could report them, but actually their comment is mostly like is a solution. So their mastery level actually has increased by 1, and the comment has been hidden as a solution. And also the discussion has been marked as solved. So now we can actually check out the user's page and see their overall score on the left side with 3 dimensions. The first dimension shows how much comments they posted. The second one shows how many discussion points that they did. And the third one shows the amount of comments that has been written by them and marked as solved. And if we compare it to our score, we are actually quite behind. So we better get posting stuff and help others solve their problems. So now we'll talk about deployment.
So I will talk more about the deployment part. And first, I will summarize some exciting results we get from our deployment. First, we found that users opened discussions and gave comments to give their opinions and ask about the exercise they are really interested about. So this is really exciting that we found that actually the discussions and comments are mostly relevant to the content. Second, through our survey, we found that most of the users, up to 70%, found that the coin system we have is very motivating. And also they understood the role of our mastery system, which they responded that this system gave trust, motivation, and encouragement for them. So we have attracted 22 users, and according to this graph, as you can see, more than 80% of the users did contribute something, either discussions, comments, or both of them. And note that the content of the discussions and comments are checked, so those are very constructive contents. And you may notice that there are much more discussions than comments, but we think that's because we have limited time for them to try out this website, and if they have more time to come back, we may have more comments. So also, this is the result of part of our survey. And majority of the users thinks that coin system motivates them, and also majority of the users also don't have the problem of left without coins at any time. And we also would like to share some feedback from our users, and it's also surprisingly we found that most of them actually use the website in a very convenient way, and they don't even need to really read the instructions. And also they like our interface, and also they really like the coin system because they have the concept of if you help others, you will never run out of coins. So next we will talk more about other limitations and further improvements.
So what have we learned from this project? First of all, the most important thing was attracting motivating users, and for that we needed like a platform that has benefit for them, like a real case where they can study for their exams. Also, we spent time discussing about how we would like to spend, how to give users coins, because it has to be challenging and achievable, but not too easy to achieve, so not too bother the user. So that was the task, and also about motivating users to actually post, and that's how we solved that with the limitations we had from after the deployment, where we had a hard time finding actual tasks that were related to real case exams. So people weren't really motivated, or they were from different departments and couldn't really discuss. Second, we had a lack of onboarding, so people had to spend some time to get to know the system. We also did a guide on a PDF, but that was cumbersome for us and also for them because they had to read, and half of them probably didn't read because they didn't understand the mastery badge. Next is the poor browsing experience. Due to the time limitation, we didn't implement the search bar, so users couldn't really find exercises that interest them. And what could have helped would have been if users could have uploaded their own exercises. And of course, there's the issue of possible improvements that we would suggest to our system would be refinements to our already existing features. Like the mastery system, we would refine with a more complex system, and maybe with a voting system, so not every post results in a mastery point. And implementing the system in a classroom environment, so people have a real case. And we want to implement an onboarding, so people can, while they log in, they can start already. And we would like to allow certain sources, like professors, to upload tasks. So thank you so much for listening. Do you have any questions?
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm Johnny, and from now on I will present our project together. Well, since we entered KAIST, we have experienced many difficulties when you don't know something. However, the bigger problem was that although we upload the question to our Q&A system, there is no answer or just small number of answers from instructor. This is the actual KMS screenshot. As you can see, there is no answer but many views. Also, when it is some kind of reading materials like paper, we have many difficulties when we try to understand some difficult theories or read English materials. So we thought that is there any way to solve these problems? So now we introduce Together. Together is a solution for motivating answers on Kenny system while living materials. So we faced 3 problems and solved by 3 tasks. The first problem was very fundamental. Was that there is no reason to answer to public questions for the answers. So because the question is not related to the answer already, so we thought that what if the question is directly moved to the answer? Imagine the Instagram direct message. So we are very easy to answer to DM unlike to other public questions. So we apply DM-like system to our platform. So we create direct question. So this is our platform. The questioner asks a question to our platform. The question is directly moved to a random person. So the question is belong to the answer. So the answer might feel more responsibility in this situation. Also, if the answer doesn't know the answer or the questioner think that it is not enough yet, the question is moved to another person. So yes, this is a chain of direct questions. Although we solved the responsibility problem, there is still problems such that, well, the answer still doesn't know who the questioner is. We want to solve this problem without losing the anonymity. So we decided to find a common point of them. Well, common point is a similar point of 2 people, like a same club, same location, or something like that. So we expect to make them feel the sense of kinship. Okay, this is our platform. As you can see, the sentence like we are in same club is shown under the question. So the answer might feel more responsibility when the answer sees the sentence. Okay, we solved the responsibility and similarity, but there is a significant problem that the answering is still volunteering work. So we need to give a clear benefit to the answer. So we try to make a beneficial trade of the question. So we suggest a previous help, which is we record and show how many questioners have been before. So the answer might feel some kinds of beneficial trade-off. Okay, this is our platform. The sentence like I have it before 1 time or 2 times. So this shows so whenever I answer the question, it will be my clear benefit in this case. So okay, to sum up our project. So what we made are the chain of direct questions, common point, and previous calculations. So by those tasks, we expect we solve some common problems of common training systems like LMS and Classroom. And also just like check, we give a clear benefit to the answer, so which can motivate answers directly. Okay, from now on, some will analyze our project.
So we use the Kakao Messenger to recruit the crowds for the testers, and first we consider the test time into the 1 hour because we need to prevent some boring for tester and focus on the test. And to give some meaningful experience for the tester, we conduct a test of KAISTians for taking the CS101 with the previous exam period. 40 people were gathered to join in our test, and to provide the common point to the users, we collect the individual information and make the individual account before the test. And the result, for the question and answer, there are totally 27 questions and 54 times for the answer, which is the double of the question number. And viewpoint on the questionnaire, the people accept certain times for the received answer, and it seems that people are often satisfied by received answer in our platform. And viewpoint of the answer, there are totally 100 times for the moving the question, and more than half of the case, people answer the question without ignoring. It seems that although people can ignore the question in our platform, people often pay attention in their questions and answering. After the test, we did some interview for the participant, and the first person says, in our platform, anonymity is help to ask the question, because in our platform there is no way to know each other users. And second person says, in the receipt question list, there is a high visibility, and in the PDF, the underlining function is easy to ask the questions by the underline function. However, against our expectation, these people said that they did not recognize the common point and previous help on UI, and also if they knew that someone had to answer their question in the test, they would be more happier during the answering. And the last person says, in the sent question list, the option which is trying to receive more answer makes better the Q&A system. By the test results and interview, we discussed that in our platform it is easy to recognize the receipt questions, and like the ignore and question data, people often answer these questions. And underlining provides some additional information in answering and asking, and it is really easily and effectively for the Q&A system. However, as I mentioned it, against our expectation, people did not recognize the common point and previous help on UI because maybe it is really smaller than the question and the question type. So we learned that designing the social interaction is clearly UI beside the good interaction system, such as there is a huge window in the both sides to the list. However, the common point is really small like that. So in our platform, there is several limitations, such as only text is available and there is no notification for offline user, and it is hard to recognize some UI such as common point and previous help. And lastly, although in our test there is no trolling inside the people, but however there is a possibility to appear the troll yet, and if the trolling is appear, then there's no way to regulate the troll in our system. So to improve this limitation, there's a possible improvement, we can provide the various answer type, not only the text such as video, picture, and voice. Also, to give some alarm for the offline user, we can make a web alarm such as Chrome individual alarm and email announcement. And we should make the user interface clearly to make the good results on our test. And lastly, we need reliable registration with some personal information in the making account system. Thank you for listening, and is there any questions?
So you had three major design ideas. What do you think worked best and why?
I think the character question is the best result for our test, because actually the common point and previous help did not show the result of general.
Do you think the other two did not really work as expected?
Because the the UI and the learner.
As an answer, knowing that I'm the only one seeing this question now has some effect, do you think? Or like, how would it be different if like there's a like 3 parallel like turn-taking like thread for each question, so that like at each time, for example, like 3 people can see the question together?
Not only the one person.
Yeah.
We think it is one of our limitations of the UI. So, well, for the task we explained that it is only moved to one person.
It was not delivered to
Yeah.
the exercise.
I think you said you conducted the test on at least 1 hour and let the users, 14 users, or maybe to their text. But is this realistic? Is it realistic setup? Do you expect users to use it with like fixed time and together, or asynchronously?
We think that not fixing the if we did not fix the time and if we make some long time such as one means that in our system the direct question needs both of users have to join the platform online, so we think that it is very ineffective in our test, and it cannot make the result because if I send question, then it can be maybe anyone cannot be listening.
Okay, let's thank the speakers.
Hi, we are Team Enki and I'm from Lee. When events happen, the internet gets flooded with information from the various sources like news or social media, but each source either only offers a specific kind of information or only covers the limited part of the event or tells a story with a specific perspective. For example, nowadays in Korea there are lots of articles on the area of no war, but most of them are having only the Korean perspective or Korean interpretation of other countries' perspective. So actually, we thought that it is hard to check or find out the other countries' own perspective. For example, China or US. So here's the third point where we decided to focus on the national diversity on each worldwide event. So the problem what we found is that people from different countries are often used to only read their local news or local people's opinions, thus lack the understanding of other countries' perspective or opinions. So with CrowdVerse, which is our solution, we aim to encourage the crowd to explore, collect, and discuss about the information sources and opinions from other countries. They may have different perspectives or stances. So here's our design goals. First of all, we try to design our services to show the various perspectives at a glance. And also we gather the both individual and official sources such as from Twitter or news platform altogether. And finally, we provide the discussion section for user to reply or ask on each perspective. So here are some details. To show the perspective at a glance, we made a space for showing how diverse, how many various national perspectives are existing in our solution and in our services. And we made similar thing for each entrance of the event. So showing the number of participants on the sources and the number of discussion. And as I said, we aggregate both individual and official sources because we thought that individual sources has various options, but less reliable than official sources. because official sources has are more focused on the facts and more reliable than individual sources. And we thought that we need both of them to make a one stream of perspective. And lastly, we set a Q&A section for enhancing the discussion. And throughout this section, user can vote on the answer which they thought helpful. So let's dive into our services. So here's the main page of our services, and as I said, you can see the user diversity here. On the current version, there are only 3 of them, but we expect that there are more user perspectives are added. And here is the categories of the events, and after you enter one of them, you can see the whole list of events which belongs to these categories. And by clicking the events, you can see the current status of each national perspective. And after clicking one of them, you can see all the sources on the left side and all the discussions on the right side. And from the sources box, you can see the official sources or the individual sources, and you can get details by clicking each of them. And also, you can add the new sources by filling out this form. And here's the discussion. You can see the ongoing discussion on this perspective, and you can also upload on each of them. So that's it.
Okay. We will proceed our experiment with 14 users, and the order of the experiment is as follows. First, pre-survey and user test, and finally, post-survey and interview. In the result, our own user could discuss and add new sources along with our intention. They brought the official and individual sources related with this event into our system, and also they can share the fact that they didn't know before, like this. And they can ask the question and also answer what they knew. For example, our one user asked the following question, like this, and then another user answered based on a real article. According to our pre-survey, our early users used to get their information from the internet and depend on official and individual sources similarly. However, they were dissatisfied with them because of that reason, such as too much information and fact-checking and bias in information. Also, they wonder about other stakeholders' countries' perspective on specific events. They found that kind of information in various ways, such as articles and TV news and YouTube, or asking foreign friends. Compared to pre-survey, we analyzed our post-survey in following criteria: usability, national diversity, and user experience. In the aspect of usability, our overall design was quite intuitive to use. However, there are some bugs that made address usability. And the aspect of national diversity, we can check that if users observe the diverse national perspective in our service, and also check individual and official sources and discussions are really helpful for them to understand that event. As you can see, our overall average score was quite high. To be more specifically, users were satisfied to see the national diversity at a glance in our homepage, and they also satisfied with the various sources and discussions. However, they had some difficulties in distinguishing them. Finally, the aspect of user experience, we checked the continuity of system use and also checked the motivation of adding new sources and discussion. The score was high, however, it's different from our actual interview. From the interview, we found that our users thought about the motivation of adding users. So we will need to think about the motivation that can encourage people to share and add new sources. We met the following limitations. First, in the interview, some users felt difficult to notice the information gap and the biases that exist in each country's perspective. So they felt our system looks like ordinary
news platform, so we will need to design or redesign the discussion and something. And also they have range barrier. For example, some Koreans felt it's hard to summarize Korean news into English. And we also didn't have enough query control system, also regular social interactions. So we will be able to add Chrome extension for translating and sharing news sources and also we will apply query control system using gamification or reporting system. And in previous point, we will apply a reading discussions and increasing users to report and discuss the biases and information gaps. These are what we learned. First, hard to change people's behavior and habits, and also difficult to predict users' interaction and drive the motivation for them. There is still a long way to go. Our mission and vision is big but important. We really need more power and ideas and applications to serve the issues together. Thank you.
I'm curious about the contents of the comments that user made. What they talked about.
The discussion part?
Yeah, comments. Yeah, discussion. And just like, what you feel like, was it all about like question answering or just they're expressing their opinion or summarizing the article? What was the discussions for?
Like there was like discussion related to like, is it real? And also like there was some discussion like, I'm curious about something, but like there is no information related to that, and like others find it, and like some of our users also use the like reasonable resources that she found, and like I found that like some opinion, and I found in this source, so you can go into that source. So like I think there's some potential in our discussion part, but like there were no much users, so yeah, there was no much discussion.
I would like to ask have you thought about like the opposite scenario when there would be like too many articles and too many resources? Because that can be really overwhelming to just skim through like 10 articles from one country. So in that case, I think some sort of mechanism that would sort them out would be also nice. Because nowadays it's really easy to find so many news sources and articles.
Okay, let's thank the speakers.
We are going to talk about our service right now. I want to start with 2 questions. First, what is your favorite sport? And is it possible to play alone? Both sports require open player, but this shows we are trouble finding partners. We would benefit from that. There are many people who like sports, but who have difficulties in finding friends to play with. Generally, when we want to play, we just contact our friends, but it is too limited. So our service takes this limited contacting into online-based network, which consists of people who are interested in sports. There are 2 options. First, you can broadcast by using simple this form. It is configured to choose and set items. Also, you can just see and join others' requests too. The process is simplified and limited physical relationship is expanded. From here, we apply the gamification element. First, we use rating systems, and there are status bar which is based on users' participation and results. These recorded numerical values induce users to be more competitive and more engaged. But sometimes we with a bad situation like that, but our service protects you from that. After the match, you can evaluate your opponent players' manner and skill and anything else, and these results are recorded in players' detail page. By applying this reputation system, users try to take more good behavior. It means they can also get others' good behavior too. Let's compare with existing systems like ARA. We provide some simple broadcast form, and we support your interaction by using notification channels. And you can know whether or not the requests are done and get others' information which is related to sports. It helps your choice about participating in the match.
And now we introduce our interface, but we prepare some video created by the Jelen.
Player A wants to schedule a match, so he opened the matching schedule, selected badminton, and next specification in the XCollab. He also set the date, the starting date and the end time, and he set some optional setting and also the skill requirements. He doesn't have any comment for the partner to submit, and he can see the details of the request, including the current matches. Then player B on the other side, she wanted to check if there is any game, so return requests. While she was browsing, she found out there was a badminton scheduled by player A, so she selected the new match and you see the detail. She also selected the details of the player, and it was good, so selected join. Then she can see the details of the game in here. Then automatically a message appears in player A. She checked the details of and going to my matches. Then in the current match, you can see the details of the message. And here there are two players around, so you can see the new match and the opponent information, and then join. So the game schedule is set now.
And introduce our after game course. This dialogue.
When the match is started, a player gets a message. When the match is finished, you can click the message to see the details about the match. Then you can find the current match detail, and you can view the result of the match. You can choose the result win or lose, and also you can evaluate opponent's manner and skills, and you can write comments about the opponent player.
And we have a lot of functions. We implement the sign up and sign up or auto login functions, and we implement the hero rating system. This is the chess rating system, and I think this makes judging the usual ability and admin and so on. And user test. First of all, 16 users participated in our survey, and 47 matches playing. Thank you, everyone. And first goal we want to see on our survey is if issue we presented is a real issue, and we focus on two things. First
first is related with the experience of the users. The more than half of the users have difficulty to find friends to work out. And second is related with our uniqueness of our solutions. The result is a few people have experience about the kind of our application, but most of the other users have no experience about like our applications. So our application makes it work. And second survey goal is what would be better to improve. The most popular features we suggest is the sharing and chatting features. The interesting is the video streaming is chosen by as a second features. I think this is affected by the Africa TV or some Twitch TV like that. And the second survey has some noticeable parts. As we expected, the user want to the group sports like soccer and basketball. But interesting is the user also want to the something board game or online games like chess or esports like that. And now discussion. We have uniqueness about the cold start. The cold start means first we have no user, then when user comes our application, but there are no requests and no matches, so he or she leaves our application. This is many users point out this that more game, but we have no solution about that. And we have a solution for trolling, but this is not perfect. We have evaluation features, but we cannot suppress all of the trolling, so we have to find a solution about that. And possible improvement. I think if we implement the making social connection, then we can attract multiple. This is a survey result. Many people want the French, and they went to French, everything French. So if we implement this feature, then many people attract into our applications. And also trolling. We prevent trolling by including spectator features and video stream features or something deposit features like that. And result. I think our idea is good. The survey says that, but it's hard to develop all system in detail. But it's good. But development problem can be solved technically, but how to attract people is not easy to solve. And the marketing costs a lot. Thank you. Any questions?
Did you say 47 matches from 16 users? Or
Yeah.
what kind of matches were they? And
But I think we count the cancelled match also, so I think there are some bias in our survey.
so 47 matches made by the system.
Yeah.
How many actually took place?
I don't check it, but I think we cannot check now, so sorry.
So did people use the rating or commenting features?
What?
Did people use the rating or commenting features?
I think so.
Okay, let's thank them again.
explain our team's motivation and problem. So our motivation is that we found out that people want to know what others feel about something they're interested in. So this is very well real time, but as you already expect, this has a lot of limitations because it can only convey a limited kind of emotion. This is bad, this is good. So we've come to our solution and identified three main types. I'll explain one by one. So the first thing is the main street, which I think you're very familiar with. So when the organizer, when the event attendee clicks one of the events, they can first express their feeling in real time. This means that the participant can click any of the 6 emojis that represent their emotion, and when they do, the emotion is flow in the background along with other people's emotions. So in terms of design, we've made this so that we make the emojis with the colors representing each of the emojis, and we've chosen the colors according to this psychology research. So the next main task is to share a feeling which is visualized. And as I explained earlier, when the participant clicks one of the emojis, that emoji will flow in the background along with other people's emojis, which is a kind of a visualization of this feeling. And also there is this feature where the user can type in more complicated emotion than these text and send it to the event. So where did this thing come? And the third feature is archiving events with feelings with timestamp so that we can remember those events later. So when we get to a concert and feel it was great, it's very often we forget what was so good about it in 3 days or 4 days later. So we made a feature to record those things. So in this graph, there's a log of text emotions as well as the statistics of which emotions were high at what point. So we are able to remember what was so good about some event. So I'm going to talk about how our deployment went. As all of you guys remember, we deployed our app in our class, and thanks to all of you, we got 41 users and 16 survey participants, and we interviewed 3 student interviewees and our professor to understand the user in-depth. To show you the result, this is what you sent over time. The x-axis is time starting from the lecture's time for PM and end with 5:15. And the y-axis is about number of emojis sent per 1 minute. So it's like speed. And first of all, we can easily identify there's an initial bias because the red angry emoji is on the upper left corner. As we learned in the class, there's clearly a bias in the first 3 or 4 minutes. It is also because people wanting to use our interface and wanting to know what they can do with our interface, so they press the button, and the angry one was the most easiest one to find. And so there are some evidences that users sent emoji that is related to actual course materials, like this peak. 10 users were engaged in this peak, and there were 40 emojis sent about Facebook emotion contagion study. The responses are like surprised and curious, so it's I think it makes sense to explain this peak as an actual response. And another peak. When we talk about this classification done by Google Photo, treating a human as a gorilla, engaged 9 users, sending over 100 angry images. So it's, I think, clearly people use our interface to express their feeling about the course material. But there's some limitations, like this peak. When professor talked about terms of services, only 2 users sent more than 250 images at that moment. So we failed and controlled our quality control them. So because people might overwhelmed by the images the two people sent. To sum up, people actually responded to the course material, but we failed to quality control them. And also we can see the gradual decrease of participation. It's, I think, because of the network effect. If no one sends the emojis, then I am less likely to send emojis because no one will respond. So yeah, that's really our limitations. And I will explain more about the survey users.
As you know, we did survey after interaction, and we had 11 questions in 4 categories: event immersion, social interaction, playfulness, and usability. In event immersion, app did not increase interesting and participation, but it disturbs the class. In social interaction, people feel social belongings and understand how others feel. And in playfulness, it was playful by touching emoji buttons and watching other flowing emojis from others' feelings, and also changing graph. But some opinions said that it is difficult to read the graph. And in usability, the emojis were interpreted in different ways. For example, this curious emoji was used in 2 ways. Someone uses as when it is interesting, and the other uses when they didn't understand. And in angry emoji, some uses it as trolling, and while others use when they feel angry, when topic makes them angry, and the other use this when they have opposite opinion to professor.
Just one more discussion. CrowdReact can help audiences to express various feelings, and also people can feel the sense of identity and empathize with audiences while participating in the event. And also, it's possible for people to archive their feelings during the event, and also pushing the buttons of emoji provide the nice experience of playfulness. But CrowdReact has made this track lecture because we feel it hard to see the 2 screens, and also it doesn't provide helpful archiving service because we're not good at providing easy graphs on the program. And also after time passes, people stop to act a lot in the program. So we have to target appropriate event which doesn't require the high concentration. And also we need to think about indicate users' own expressed feelings in the graph. Yeah, this is the end of the presentation.
Have you thought about engaging users in a long event? As you mentioned, it kind of dies down near the end. Have you thought about any solution to that problem?
I haven't think about the solution in detail, but there's 2 solutions we discussed last time. The first solution is to make a sharing feature we didn't introduce that here, but there is an app named Nike Running Club, and there is the sharing feature that I can make a graph and make a graph and make it as an image to share at Instagram or some other stuff. So we can make an image for that, and other solution is to let them others to remind about this program so that people can participate and think about the viral event goes. Yeah.